Hello, Gemini. It's Krista here with your weekly reading for April 15th to the 21st. Happy Easter to you, by the way. So, Gemini, we're going to be doing another general reading for you, but with a little bit of a twist. We're going to be using a different spread here that I did last week. We're going to use a 5-card spread with a central issue, internal and external influences, and what is recently behind you and what you can expect ahead for the week. And then we'll be drawing one card each from the other decks here for any additional messages. So we'll be doing the 5-card spread with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and then draw some cards, Healing with the Angels Oracle, and the Medicine cards here. So I wish for Gemini all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask Gaia to please bless this reading for Gemini. So what are the general messages for Gemini for the week of April 15th to April 21st? General messages for Gemini. So there are links to my social media site and a link to the cards that I'm using, as well as a link called Always Astrology Gemini. And if you find that this reading isn't resonating with you, check the link if you don't already know your rising and moon sign, and watch those as well for additional messages. Otherwise, this should feel pretty generally apropos for you. And by general readings, all I mean is if there's a love story this week for you that's prominent, if it's travel, health, business, whatever is prominent in your life this week, Gemini, this is how this is going to be applied to your week. And so far, it looks just lovely. Look at you. Cozy, loyal, blessed. I don't see any major issues for you. Looks like you're coming out of a really loving situation, headed toward even a reunion here. So we're looking at external and internal influences. General messages for Gemini, week of April 15th to the 21st. I get the feeling you're really counting your blessings this week, Gemini. I'm really feeling maybe for the first time in a long time, or you're able to express how important family is to you. Or other family is expressing to you how important you are to them. And how important it is to maintain those ties. Even if you're traveling, even if you're around the world, just remember that family, and I've always believed that friends are family. So if you don't have a tight relationship with your blood relatives or your adoptive family, this could even be your closest friends or friends that feel like family. That you're feeling really, really powerful and loved around and by. So again, we're looking for external and internal influences for Gemini for the week of April 15th to the 21st. And your outside influence is the thinker. And that's pretty self-explanatory. That's something that you're bringing to the table. You're willing to do a lot of thinking, or you're being pushed gently into a position where you're thinking about how important this is, or how family or friends that feel like family are fitting into your life, or how they ought to, why this is important. And we just need an internal influence card. And we'll look at these cards in a bit more depth here. So an internal influence card for Gemini, the week of April 15th to the 21st. Ooh, that really wanted to come out. All right, and then the internal influences are serendipity. So, oh, this is so lovely. All I can say is that it must feel nice to be a Gemini this week, because you've really got delightful energy around you, my dear Gemini. You could be in a position to be overthinking it, unfortunately. So I'm going to say stop that. If you're in a position to be overthinking something that seems, even feels a little bit too good to be true, or something's a little bit too stable, or you've overcome something, or the other shoe's going to drop or something, I would put that behind you and stop overthinking. And perhaps if you're going to be thinking about anything this week in terms of, I'm going to put my attention here, or I'm going to get into the habit of doing this, get into the habit of reminding yourself how blessed you are, how fortunate you are, and how loved you are, and how much you bring that to other people, and focus on those thoughts versus any worrisome thoughts, or even planning thoughts at this stage. Just for the week, don't put a lot of energy into planning much of anything. Things are still unfolding. Maybe just let things be for the time being. The general energy at the bottom of the deck is clean it up. So again, as I mentioned, the only thing that looks like, and even with the colors, just so much purple, so much pink, elevation, femininity, joy, bliss, peace, beauty, with floating on the four-leaf clover, and the green being the heart chakra. I mean, you're really turning to your heart, and this could be something in terms of a circular thing here. You could have a total balance, and that's great. You could have a total balance on the heart and the head this week. Training yourself to do that, or reminding yourself, look, I don't want to get fixated on the thought process of overthinking something. I'm going to just let it be. And I think if any sign has the ability to do that, just to drop something that isn't working for you, or even in a way to get distracted into something else, it's Gemini, it's working for you. So don't stress, don't overthink anything. And if you feel contented, let it be. Don't overthink that. Just even for the week, just let it be. Be content for the week. Because you deserve it, and you deserve to relax and concentrate on other things. So to clean it up, yeah, just get rid of something that's not working for you this week, on a spiritual, artistic, and relationship level. So let's look at some of these cards in detail. So blessed is your central card. This is, everyone wants this card. It's the card of your home planet of Mercury. It's stability, logic, being in the moment, and it's just gorgeous. She looks like she's kind of like a Capricorn, so there could even be, just because she's turned up like the fish underneath, but she's got the upper body. So there could be a Capricorn in your life, or you could be dealing with a Capricorn or Capricorn sign issues or sentiments such as earth, stability, success, business, work, how other people view you, wisdom in general, like on a higher level, wisdom. But also just be aware that you could appear cold or calculating, and you're not. So when you are cognizant of you being blessed, remember that other people are too, and we're all going through this crazy life together. So don't take anything for granted, and if there's any mockery around you, people are making fun of other people, or you feel in some way you have to get up the up on someone else by engaging in mockery or putting someone down, you don't. And if you're thinking that this might be the wrong way to go about it, or maybe that's not a kind way to go about it, it's not even your personality type. So you might be influenced by somebody else or a situation to be calculating or cold. And I think you're just going to you're too in the moment, you're too serendipitous to give it a whole lot of time to even act that way. So just be aware that there could be that kind of energy. But overall, you're feeling and thinking and acting very blessed. So that is lovely. So in the outside influence position, we have the thinker, as we keep saying. It's 44, it's 8 in numerology, and it is wealth cycles and success. So again, you could be trying to get up on someone or figure out a way to get one over on somebody, even yourself. Like, how do I get through this maybe in a tricky way? But I really feel that you're not going to spend a whole lot of time doing anything about that. So again, because you're going to take the high road. So why spend any time thinking about that? That methodology. Just remember your internal influences, which are stronger than your external influences always, because it's what's in our minds and hearts, which create our feelings, habits, and behaviors, which is in serendipity. So you have the ability to change things by just letting go and floating off and putting your faith in something bigger than yourself and the good in life, something good. So really come back to that if something is troubling you, or if you're finding that you're encountering negativity. Just remember, just let it go. It's a lot less energy to let it go and just let the chips fall where they may, than to try to do something about it, or to be in control of something. It's not really a Gemini attribute to want to do that anyway. That's why I'm talking about any Capricorn influence this week, like calculating. Not that Capricorn calculating is bad, but when it comes to the heart, when it comes to friendships and family, it can work against you. So just be aware of your thoughts and just stay in the moment, and remember that you have a lot going for you, and don't stress. So it's the card of 9, so cycles, achievement, might be coming to the end of something here through the week. All right, so what are you just coming out of, Gemini? We're looking at No Place Like Home. Number 5, which is Jupiter. It's a spiritual free thinker or adventure card. You might have just come back from vacation, or know someone who's coming back from vacation, and you're really happy to be reunited. This person or you who has ever been away, or you've been away from your own home. You don't even have to have gone far, but to be back at your own home you're going to zen out. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't realize how much I wanted to be home, or how much home meant to me, or how much I've made my house a home, and how important it is to me. So this is going to be what's just passing or just coming up this week for you, Gemini. And then the loyal heart is in your near future. So it's 35. Numerologically speaking, is your wealth cycles and success card as well. So lots of stability here, lots to look forward to, loyal relationships of all kinds, but something that comes like inherently. It's not something that you need to work at here. This is something that's inherent, and whomever you're loyal to is loyal back to you here. So you can expect generosity, loyalty, sweetness, and kindness for the coming week, Gemini. It's a beautiful, stress-free week for you, generally speaking. But remember, the overall energy for the week is clean it up. So this is something particular to you that you need to be aware of. So thought processes, old things, patterns that aren't working for you, cycles that aren't working for you. It's time to, you know what, wipe your hands of it, get to the bottom of it, figure it out so that you don't have to keep revisiting it and thinking about it, and then you can relax and enjoy. So let's look for any additional messages from our Angel of the Oracle healing cards for Gemini. General message for Gemini for the coming week, April 15th till April 21st. Additional messages for Gemini. All right, so spiritual growth, that's lovely. Because I think Gemini gets a bad rap a lot of the times for being flighty, or, you know, being an air sign, like I said earlier, like maybe easily distracted. But you're not out of tune necessarily. You're just distractible. So this could be a week where you're finally aware of something that you hadn't been before, or you're paying attention to this in a way you haven't been before, which is spiritual growth. You're aware of something. Perhaps no place like home doesn't mean something tangible. It means something within yourself. Like you've made a home, a cozy home for yourself inside your head or heart. And this is just saying, you know what, in addition to that, you are benefiting in all ways from recognizing the beauty of being blessed and serendipitous and just enjoying things and feeling safe and cozy and happy. But like everything else in life, Gemini, it really does begin within. So if you're lacking faith this week, have some faith this week. And if you're looking for signs, watch for signs. Seek and ye shall find, right? And then we're going to ask for any additional messages from the Medicine Card Tarot, which has all the totem animals, for Gemini for the week of April 15th to the 21st. Additional messages for Gemini. Woo! So we got two that wanted to get the heck out here. What are we looking at here? Ooh, dear. Well, nothing light. Nothing light here. We've got the Lynx and the Owl. So two incredibly spiritually powerful cards. So spiritual growth. This really is happening from within. Something is happening within that I'm going to say for the time being that you believe for some reason, because you're a thinking card, air sign, is a thought process. And I'm going to switch that up for you, Gemini. It's not a thought process. This is a feeling. This is an energy. This is much bigger than you. You're not imagining things. And it's time to become aware of these two important and powerful aspects of yourself. Owl is the card of deception. Lynx is the card of secrets. So either you're employing this or someone is employing this against you or around you. And like I said earlier about the Capricornian sort of cold and calculating thing, just be aware of this in your general circumstance in the next week, that you're not using this as a power over someone else, that you're using it for a power with or a power for. Deception doesn't always mean you're being deceptive. It could mean someone's being deceptive to you, but it means also, perhaps more importantly, that you can see through it. So this is not going to cause a problem for you. However, if you're employing this against someone else, same thing. They're gonna see through you, or you're gonna see through them. So it's potent. This is also the card of witches and sorcerers. So this isn't, you know, a lackadaisical sort of energy. This is a very deep energy, but just be aware it's not your imagination. It's something very real. So be aware of this for the next week. And with secrets, you're holding one or someone's holding one with you. It doesn't have to be life-altering. It could just be something that you feel something about, you have an instinct about, that someone's not being clear up front about, and you're like, yeah, no, I totally know that, but I can't put my finger on it, or I don't have any proof. Well, trust your instincts this week. And vice versa. If you're doing this to someone else or withholding something, someone's going to see right through that, or it's going to be revealed, and it'll bite you in the arse. So won't be worth it. So don't play games. No games. Just be upfront. You're dealing with a lot of spiritual energy this week. Again, no negativity. Just be aware of that power and ride with it. Keep being happy and enjoy yourself. So Gemini, that is your reading for the week. Join me next week for your next weekly reading. I really appreciate you tuning in, and you take care of yourself. Bye now.